Okay, welcome to room number 2. I mean, do you know what? It's the first interview for 2015.
Ooh.
And do you know what? This comes like deja vu because last year, 2014,
How about that?
this lady, this artist, was the first interview for 2014.
True that.
So they say history repeats itself.
And it did.
And it did. And she's here again.
Yes.
Damn. Do I need to introduce you?
Of course, you don't know who out there doesn't know. So I could be anyone right now.
Let me do it properly then. The songstress. The impeccable. She's known just by going, guys get goosebumps. And the ladies.
See?
If you're into that.
See?
The lady with the voice. Very honest. Charming. She makes me speechless.
Wow.
Everybody knows, the whole world knows, this is my artist. The incomparable MARSHA Ambrosius.
Need a football stadium.
Was that a good intro? Was that a good intro?
The best intro ever. Need to take you everywhere. But it's good to be back. You know what? It really, you know what? Time don't wait for no one. And it was a year ago that we were doing this. And it doesn't feel that long ago at all.
Well, you came we did a review on your album about 4 or 5 months ago, about 4 months ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the first interview for 2014, last year, and then the same again for 2015.
The time just...
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man.
Yeah, man. So, I mean...
Not new things,
so we're going to talk about what's been happening, in the last 4 months.
Yeah.
The album came out. We did the review of the album. And then you said you're coming back to do a one-off show, which you did just last year, the end of last year. How did that go?
You know what? You were there, innit?
I was there.
I had a lot of fun. It's always nice to, see the familiar faces, literally, family out there and just acknowledging my sides. It's South London, and to do the Clapham Grand, a place that, I stood outside of, because my homegirl used to work at Discovery Zone in Clapham Junction, and I used to play basketball at Wandsworth Fitness Centre up the street. And I was like, you know what, I need to do a show at home, but really at home, short of Brixton Academy. If I could have got that venue during the time, I would have did that too. But, there's nothing like being at home. And I was a teenager there, like those years for me, being able to reflect like that and come back to a pack out venue. When I come out on stage, I'm like, it could be just my mum or just my aunt and my brother, and I'd have been all right. But it's just still so, wow, you lot are here, innit? You lot have been really listening to me and following what it is that I do. And I just enough respect, man. I have to respect it, so...
It's the look on the people's faces when you come out, It's like, it was kind of weird because there were some moments, they were just looking, I think they're just in awe, especially for like the Virgin fans who hadn't seen you before. I'm sure there must have been some there.
Yeah, because I always ask, and I'm like, is anyone, is it your first live show? And people are like, round of applause. I'm like, wow. And they really will be just standing there, just entranced. And I'm used to it now because, when I'm on stage, I just close my eyes, zone out and go for it. But when I open my eyes to acknowledge the audience and see that they're in that moment, I'm like, oh, someone's going to fall in love to this. Someone's going to break up to this. Someone's going to get married. Someone's going to name their first child. People live through music. Like, I know the music that I listen to and that I vibe with. And just the fact that I'm one of the artists that people will go, oh, that's one of my top artists, yourself included. Just really bigging me up and like respecting it like that. It's it's an odd feeling to be one of those people. Like, I'm like, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Prince. And then there's me for some other people. Like, I'm that for someone, which is not, it's just mad.
It must make you, it's like surreal, isn't it? It's just like... It
is. And to say those three people and really genuinely be three people that I've worked with and for at some point in my career, how dare I? Like, that's just not fair. That's things that people, you know, in their career, had they had done it, that would be front page news. I'd be on someone's stage in the UK all the time bragging about all the things I done did. And what I never did is shy away from what was the UK. Like with Floetry, it was, first single was from London's SE5 to Philly's West Side. It's not like we didn't give you the journey where it was from. Red phone box on the cover. Every award show I've ever been at, it's like, look, I'm MARSHA AMBROSIUS, the song's just a Floetry, born in Liverpool, really repping and getting to do that like all over the world. It's a mad thing.
Well, you see, this is the thing, because it's like, your Twitter is crazy, right? Because obviously, you know, you always
my Twitter,
update.
My Instagram, my Facebook.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
Nuts. I love it.
The comments that I see regarding your shows is not so much about your honesty, which is that's included too. But I think for people that never really understood about your voice, when they hear you do it live, I think they're blown away. It's like it's like you send people to another, I don't know what it is. I've seen the comments that people write. They're like,
I don't know what it is.
Oh my God, like, is she really singing? I've seen it. Like, is that her really singing?
And you have to understand, I mean, it sounds, I don't know, not that I'm bragging a little bit, but I do feel it also. And I don't act like I own that part of it. It is an out-of-body experience. When I get up there on stage and I am singing all of the same ad-libs, same way I did it in the studio, same emotion, same conviction, I have to, because it's embodying character. Like the lady that sings Late Nights and Early Mornings wasn't the same chick that was singing Say Yes, but the Say Yes chick was singing 69 and Love and Oh My God, I Miss You. It's all of these people that you have to play, because it will be one side of the crowd that want to hear Just Hope She Cheats or Just Mr. Messed Up, or I've got such an extensive catalogue of all of these moments that I've lived through, that when I sing, it's all from the soul. It's true soul music, and you can't make that up. You can't create that. You can't fake it. It's just something that you are. And I'm glad that my parents instilled the truth as far as music. You know, they really made me listen to, not made me, but allowed me to be as open as I was when it came to music. So I think that's why I'll sing a violin run before I'm trying to, you know, sing like Patti LaBelle or sing like Tina Marie, who I absolutely love and adore. But as far as finding my vocal range and skill and technique, I just listen to instruments. I was like, ooh, those strings.
Well, your voice is like an instrument, isn't it? In itself, isn't it? Do you know, it's like, what? Be honest now, right? I don't think I've asked you this before.
Go on.
I mean, I know all your songs are sentimental to you. They're all personal to you, based on personal experiences and things like that.
Always.
But what song to you kind of like makes you feel away when you actually perform it? You know, like some people have this one song that makes them feel like, oh man, you see that song right there? You see when I was writing?
Oh my God, I Miss You.
Oh my God, okay.
Yeah. Like even in the show, I think the past 2 tours that I've performed that song, it's been, do you know what, guys? You lot could start heading for the door. I know people are in the parking lots, not trying to be there for the let out. You can go and get in your cars. I'm singing this one for me. Like, I'm selfish when it comes to that song. I have to sing that song to heal how I feel about that situation. And it always makes me feel some type of way. Even when I'm trying to joke about it, add a little, you know, bust a little, haha, it's still as real as it was for the day, as much as I joke about that one, I can't joke about it.
What was the? I mean, is it self-explanatory when you're saying you miss you? Tell us why that song so much.
Well, oh my God, I miss
because
you.
I know it's going to lead on to something that happened on that night, which we're going to get onto very shortly.
It was Valentine's Day this year that I wrote that song. Actually, it was one of the last songs that I put on the album. Clearly, because February and then album came out July, so. Yeah, it's one of the very last songs I recorded. And, I had a show that day. Clearly, I'm the Valentine's Day event. Rather than having a date, I was people's dates. So people went on their dates to come see me sing for them. So I'm vexed, innit? No, I'm doing the show. But mid-show, I'm like, no, I'm vexed, innit? Like, you lot are all romantic. I get it. You want me to sing late nights, early mornings, Your Hands, all these tunes that you lot are going to go home to. I've got to go back to a hotel by myself, get a flight in the morning and keep it moving for the rest of the year. So when I got off stage, I look at my phone, got all these text messages, Happy Valentine's Day, blah, blah, blah. I'm scrolling through. And I see a pic. I see the name next to the pic. And I'm like, can't see it because it's a little miniature version, when it pops up in your thing. So hold on, let me swipe right, came up. Oh, hello. It was a rather nice member of a member of someone that I used to see, and it was glorious. And the first thing I said was, "Oh my God, I miss you." And then I wrote the song right there and then. Went back to LA, flew from Austin. It was in Austin, Texas. Flew back from Texas, straight back to LA. Called my friend, co-sign. I was like, listen, I have this song. I have to come to the studio now and record it. Kevin Randolph was there. I played him the chords. We worked it out together. Recorded it that day. And yeah, rest is history.
Rest is history. Now, that's what I'm talking about. If you've just locked on, I'm talking to my artist, MARSHA. She's in the building, man. I'm telling you, right here on the Universal Show. Always a pleasure, you know. Always a pleasure. Now, we're on the stage now. Sorry, we're in the audience now. Me and Marvin and, you know, the family and that. And he's going, special, get out your phone because you're going to witness something right now. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? He goes, just get out your phone, blood. Get out your phone. I said, yeah, but why? But he had this look on his face. He goes, you're going to witness something now. I was like, okay. Now, what's she going to do? I'm going to witness something. Because she's done everything to me already.
Well, that's what you thought.
That's what I thought. And you're singing the Missing You track.
Yeah.
Who comes onto the stage, London? Floetry.
Mm-hmm.
It was like...
Yeah, it was like the slow clap in a movie.
Yeah.
And then it was the look of shock in people's faces. I think there were a couple of tears. And then when they actually realised, like 10 to 15 very long seconds later, what was going on, it was an uproar of applause and beatbox Floetic. And we were right back on stage where we started, you know what I mean? And it was natural. Like Floetry, that's always a part of anything that I do. Anytime I've done anything, it's been MARSHA AMBROSIUS, Floetry, MARSHA, Floetry. Never let that go. I still sign my autographs. Anyone out there that ever got a signature from me says the songstress with a heart and whatever year it is. And it had to be done. It had to be carefully planned. And when I say planned, it's when the stars decided to align themselves and say, yeah, go now. And right then and there was the perfect time. And Nat and myself, having the history that we've had, we'll never miss a beat when it comes to music. It just won't happen. So it was a special moment, man.
That was a moment for me because, you know, I think it's fair to say I was the only DJ that had you two last year.
Yeah.
2 weeks apart.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I was the only DJ that had those interviews. So, and you know, the texts are coming in when you two get back together. You know, both of you got it.
We have to understand this since 2006. Don't think it hasn't been, if I could tally up the amount of comments or, you know, Instagram posts that request that to happen, it's just a given. It's nostalgia for people. It's a moment in time when music took a chance. And there's your 15 minutes. So we're going to tell it to stop this because you know we're going to go over 5. I'll let you live. See, this is why we needed the timer. I'm telling you. All right, we're going to go for another 5, right? We'll do another 5.
Yeah. So what was that initial conversation that, you know, right, we're going to do this tonight?
I remember, well, it was my manager that hit me, said Nata reached out. And I'm like, I'm going to call her. Called her. I was like, I'm coming over there. I know she does her event. I think it's every first Tuesday.
At Juno, yeah.
And I was like, well, I am going to be in town. Or so I thought, and up until January 6th, but I have a show. That's the only reason why I couldn't do it. And she was like, well, I've got my own gig on such and such a date. I said, well, how's about we do this? I'll come out to London, and if you can make the show, cool. If not, I'm going to call you anyway. We'll hook up, hash a couple of things out, and keep it moving forward. Lo and behold, they were the stars. She's at my show. I'm at her show. Which was amazing. We went on stage and did a medley, which she had her band prepare. And oh my God, trying to remember these lyrics to all of these songs that we did 15 years ago. Like we recorded these songs 15 years ago. Hadn't performed them for 9 years now. And I was like, wow, Mistress, Headache, Sunshine. I'm like, once you start them songs though, it's like pressing play on your favorite album and just letting it ride. Like it doesn't leave you, you know, regardless of how long you hadn't listened to it. It's just automatic. But it was not only refreshing for the audience to see it that first time at Clapham Grand, it was refreshing for us. I just feel like in the time that we're living in now, we need something real. And what we had was absolutely real. And I think that's why people connect with it so much so more than any other, whether it's a group or artist, that you want them to drop something, like regardless of what it is, you're picking it up, you're buying it, don't need no marketing, don't need no video, no nothing. If you hear this name and you're like, yo, they're going on tour, you're buying your ticket. There aren't that many people out there currently that can say that they hold weight when it comes to that ticket. When it's Floetry, I want to go to that show.
Yeah, most definitely.
I know I'm in it and I have to do it.
Yeah.
But if I could watch that, I'm watching
It's a show and a half.
Yeah, and it's something that is unique to a lot of things. We set trends. We made being Black women from Britain fashionable. We made natural hair a thing. Like, I didn't know it was that serious. I'm a Leo. I'm bored. I actually went over there with a relaxer, a perm with a bang, some Madoff hairstyle that I saw in some movie, and I told my hairdresser, yeah, I want it like that girl. Got that style. And then I got out to America. I was like, I'm bored. Cut it all off. Coiled up. Was acting like I was going to have locks. And then got bored of that. Then before I know it, I have a giant blonde, orange, purple, blue afro.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was making a statement. I thought I was just being the Leo that I am. And I've always been silently obnoxious. Describes me well. And that's what makes Floetry. We're yin and yang. If we're a split screen that's living on the same planet, creating them vibes that I could just zone out and sing something, she could preach to you, then that's what the people need. And I just feel like you have to sustain. I said this in another interview. It's sustaining legends. If a unicorn is available to you every day, everyone's got one in it. If we could all afford a Lambo, what's the value? So if we're Floetry and all of this, whatever the rumors is, whether I left the group, whatever the reason, the fans, trust me, you don't want to know. You don't. What you do want to know is what you see right there on that stage.
And all they want to know
hear when you press play
is, when is that first single gonna drop?
Don't worry about them things. When it happens, it happens.
Oh man, because you know the anticipation, innit? Oh my goodness,
there's anticipation
Marsha,
for so many things, and I'm just so glad that.
Yeah, it's the love though, man. It's the love.
Just both in not only creative spaces, but just personally, you know. The music for me, it's not a money thing. It's, do I love it or not? And the love never left, which is why it's so easy to pick up where it was left and not batter an eyelid.
Wicked. And what have you learned about that whole time, that whole experience, even up to now, as being, you know, started off with Floetry, the dynamic duo, you had to ride solo, and then you guys have just rekindled that relationship, and you're saying it was never left, but now that it's like publicly known now, how do you feel now, back in 2015?
It's time. Like, I feel like I've exercised every wish list I jot down at school, like, I want to see Jodeci, and when I see Mr. Dalvin, I'm going to tell him I love him. And I did that. It's them basic ones, like just the little silly things. Like, I can't write down, you know, one day I want to light the Christmas tree with the President of the United States. I can't make that one up. I didn't know that was going to happen. Didn't know Grammy nominations were going to happen. I didn't know late nights and early mornings was going to do what it was going to do. Didn't know Friends and Lovers was going to save someone's life. Like, those things, I can't write those ones down. What I can do is just get on with it and do the work. And that's all I want to say. This is my job, for real. So as a career, it's about sustaining it and enjoying it as I go. And Floetry is a passion, not a job.
Yeah.
And I feel this industry can slowly make you believe that you're locked into it, when we didn't realize how hard we were pushing those boundaries, how hard we didn't conform to what people are. Yo, how do you make it in the industry? You don't. We never did. We're still, as successful as we were back then, we were still considered, and still are considered, the underdog. So we just get on with it and see what these people are going to say now when they see us standing side by side, smiling these people in the faces that almost forced us to fight one another. Because that's what people do. We get it. The power in it is being sisters now.
Young aspiring artists coming up to MARSHA today, and they've looked at your legacy, what you've left as a group and as a solo artist, and what you're still continuing to do. How do you say to them, or how can they ask you, what do you do to sustain this kind of career and still be relevant?
You have to have backbone, man. You really have to have some balls, and you really have to have a team around you. Where you decide to bungee jump, they might be there if you rope snap, because things are going to happen. But if you don't have the people that you can free fall, and someone's going to catch you, someone, not all of them, because some people are just along for the ride, but the ones that are really there for the long haul have to be there for the long haul. Like, I've been with the same team 15 plus years now, and that speaks volumes of the loyalty that withstands anything that you could get into out here. So just make sure your team is right. Make sure you're good at what you do. You can learn something new every day. Don't think you've got it all figured out. I thought I knew everything 15 years ago. I didn't know anything. But now, you know, in retrospect, it's all learning curves, learning experience. And 15 years later, I can safely say I'm happy.
Mad. Good to have honest people around you as well. Yeah, very much. I'll tell you what. Yeah. 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
We were good. We behaved.
We were good. It's good. We was looking to get into
the alarm off. We're good. Promise.
Oh, crazy, Marsha. It's always a pleasure, you know.
Thank you
always
so much,
a pleasure, man. You know we've got you on this show already.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
It's done.
We're good. We're done.
It's
we're
the
done.
beginning.
Any last things you'd like to say before we get out of the door, and, you know, any message for the fans and people across the world locked into this interview right now?
Much love, people. Thank you so much for supporting. Appreciate you all, and see you soon.